Ugh.
Happy 2021.
Today is the 6th. A day that will live in infamy.
Of January.
Yeah.
2021.
Considering the way that this year is going, that's going to be an insignificant date when we get to this time next year.
Yeah.
We'll be thinking like, damn, that all happened in the same year?
Maybe,
that's crazy.
Maybe we're getting it out of the way. Maybe this is just a 2020 hangover.
That would be good. That would be nice. That would be nice if this is just 2020 had a little bit more left to give.
Just a little. Yeah.
And it was like, not without a fight. Not without a fight.
That, yeah. I mean, that would be on brand.
So I went to work thinking it was going to be a normal day, and not thinking that democracy was going to collapse. Can you imagine? Think about the lives that we live, the privileged lives that we live. Something like that could happen in another state, the capital no less.
Mm-hmm.
And we're sitting in here recording a podcast about it.
Yeah. Ain't America great?
Ain't America grand?
Mm-hmm.
So, if you live in this country and also under a rock, you would be forgiven, I guess, to not know everything that happened today.
Oh, no, the world must know about America.
Yeah.
At all times.
Well, they make it seem like it.
Yeah.
And long story short, a bunch of hicks took over the Capitol for about 3 hours. But we're going to get into that.
Yeah.
But before we do, let's get into these beers. Because I feel like we need to crack them open immediately.
Yeah.
So I went and grabbed these from our friends at Tactical Brewing Company, another local brewery. And I'm excited because it's relatively new. Orlando Beer Week is next week, or
Yes.
just Beer Week, but no, it's Orlando,
It's Orlando Beer Week.
Orlando
Yeah.
Beer Week. Next week, they've got a couple of drops, and I'm super excited for tacticals, for side words.
Red light.
Red light's got to, I mean, it's exciting.
Yeah. It's going to be a good time.
But before we get there, we have to get into these. So, Obi, without further ado, please tell the people what we're drinking tonight.
We got a Tactical Brewing Co. Fog of Hostility. It's a Imperial New England IPA, double dry, hopped with Citra, NZH 107, and Cascade. Keep cold, drink fresh. Brewed in Orlando, Florida. It is a 16-ounce, 9% Brewski.
Brewski. Well, that sounds delicious. Probably be the only good thing happening tonight. My name is Marco Dupa. That guy right there is Adam Obesius Rodriguez.
What's up, Brewskis?
And this is the One Beer In Podcast. Yeah.
It smells like a battery.
Lost to be found by someone to save you when you're down. Yes, I'm bored when it's bright out. So bored when it's bright out. 4 a.m. takes me to a place where I fit in.
All right. This is the One Baron Podcast, the podcast where two brews crack open a brew and see where that one brew takes us. This is episode 295. Boy,
Wow.
howdy.
We're getting there.
We are getting there. We haven't discussed a single thing
No.
about what to do.
No. In fact, we're not talking about what we said we are going to talk about.
No,
Last
actually,
episode.
you're right. You're absolutely right. Well, I mean, you know,
Maybe we should. Maybe
So-
we can. Why not?
we could, yeah.
Okay. Just completely ignore America on fire.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
It ain't happening here.
No. Not in this house.
Not yet, anyway.
Nope.
I heard that there were more people protesting in different But
Yeah.
so I mean, weight loss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Something that we've both been, I wouldn't say striving towards because we really haven't been doing shit.
Yeah, that would be a very striving for would be doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence.
Yes.
Way more than we've been.
Yeah. Unlike, except for our legs. Doing some heavy lifting on these big old dad bods.
Dad bods.
I got a full family bod right here. You know what I'm saying? But yes, it's something that we've been wanting to do, and inspired by the likes of Action Bronson and some other celebs who slimmed down and look good, doing it the right way.
Yeah,
you know, really just focusing on the essentials, which is exercise, good diet, and you know, just being careful about those extra calories that seem to sneak in somehow. I don't know.
Sneak in, yeah.
Weird. I don't know how that could happen, but yeah, I think that's something that we've both really been wanting to dedicate ourselves to in the new year. I know it's cliche. I'm sure it's something that we've promised for years now. Yeah. But I don't know. Something feels different about 2021.
Yeah, something's very different about this year.
So I think we're both a bit inspired after the year that was 2020.
Yeah.
And seems to be seeping into 2021 to at very least be able to control our bodies if the world is in this spiral of unpredictability.
If there's anything that we can keep control of, it's at
what
least
goes
that.
in here.
Yeah.
What goes in here.
Yeah.
I'm pointing to my butt.
Sometimes you can't control that.
You can't, no.
Sometimes you just have to let it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Brace for impact.
Oh, God, Jesus. Anyway. So we're trying to lose some weight, guys, is what we're trying to say here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Inspired by the likes of Action Bronson and any, you know, I don't want to see extreme weight loss from, you know, actors who've got $1 million to spare on some role or something,
Sure.
and that's the reason that they're doing it. Or, you know, I like the fact that, I mean, Bronson's got $1 million to spare too, but
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at what he claims to be doing, is very raw workouts.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, it's not impossible. We've done it before.
Yeah.
It's just being consistent, especially
Yes.
now. I mean, I think being in our 30s, that's one thing that's a lot different than, you know, when you're in your mid-20s and you're like, you know, I want to lose a couple pounds. And then you just eat well for like 2 months,
Right.
and then you work out a little bit, and you're like, huh, where'd 30 pounds go?
We're back, baby.
Yeah. Now, I mean, you know, we're not fucking 45, but it does, each year it just gets
Speak for
harder to do.
yourself.
I mean, you look it.
Thank you. Feel it. I feel it.
I'm kidding. I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
No, you're right, though. It does get harder with each year. So we might as well get on top of it now,
Yeah.
you know, because it's only going to get harder to get on top of.
I think,
Just like we are.
yeah, I'm hard when you get on top of me.
Okay.
Your health
I meant
scare,
from a size perspective, you're
I know.
physically hard to get on top of.
I know what you meant.
Okay.
I know what you meant.
Don't wink at me.
Your health scare,
Yeah.
coupled with me being at the highest weight that I've ever been at, I think are two things that obviously inform a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, for me personally, looking at that number, I'm just like, dude, that's
How?
yeah. And you know, I always think about, you know, I'll watch something like My 600-Pound Life,
Mm-hmm.
and just wonder, how do they get there? And then, you know, their eating habits are always fucking ludicrous, right? They're like,
Sure.
they have to consume like, you know, 15,000 calories a day.
Yeah, they have the Rock's diet without working out at all.
And you're just and you're like, well, that makes sense.
Barring obviously a medical condition that gets them to that weight.
Yeah. Let's just put that at the top of the show.
Yeah.
We're not dunking on anybody who just can't lose the weight or is super healthy and just is big.
Right.
Whatever. We're not dunking on those people. No. I mean, I'm not really dunking on fat people at all. I'm not dunking on those 600-pound lifers. I'm just saying that, like, you get there and it's a process that you don't just wake up that big, but you kind of do. You kind of do wake up and you just like, holy fuck, I haven't done anything for months.
Yeah, it's the awareness that you wake up from.
Yeah.
It's not that you're suddenly, like the Santa Claus. You wake up and suddenly you're Santa Claus. It takes time, but...
By the way, what a stupid movie.
Are you going to dunk on another Christmas classic?
Santa Claus is a stupid movie.
Oh, it's great. It's a great movie.
It's a stupid movie. He kills him, and then, like, he just... And the card is just like...
That wasn't Jabba the Hutt, by the way.
No.
No, it wasn't supposed to be Jabba the Hutt.
Solid Jabba. That's a tauntaun. No, it's a dumb fucking premise.
Yeah.
Why would you put on a dead guy's clothes? Because the card said so?
Yeah.
And then you put them on, and then and now it's like Stephen King's The Thinning, like in the opposite.
He's cursed by it.
Yeah,
he's cursed by it, and then he loses his son essentially because he has to become Santa Claus.
That's kind of fucked up.
It really is, because you know what? His son just wanted his dad. He just wanted his dad there.
I'm talking about the curse. The curse is fucked up.
Well, yeah, I'm saying aside from that, the curse also took away this family. It destroyed a family.
How many families has this curse destroyed?
Countless.
How many people
Santa Claus
murdered?
has been a concept for hundreds of years at this point.
Exactly. So, okay, what if Santa Claus dies from natural causes? Then is there like a ceremony where they ceremoniously take his clothes off of him, put them on the next guy?
Smoke comes out of the North Pole. That's when they've decided.
It's green or red.
Yeah, that's how you know.
Or
then the reindeer eat his corpse.
Jesus Christ, man!
That's how they fly. They have to get the magic from somewhere.
That's good. Yeah. Or do they?
His nose is red because of blood.
How many people? He's always dipping it. It's not red. It's war paint that he's putting on every year. It's just and how many times has somebody murdered Santa Claus? Or if he doesn't die of natural causes, does he ever die? Is he immortal?
What?
Unless he no, he can't be because he fell off a roof and died, so he can't be immortal.
What if? But he was scared. That was out of the ordinary. He got spooked.
How was that out of the ordinary? How was Tim Allen the first person to go, "What's that on the roof?"
Because he went. And he tumbles. I don't know. I don't know if we're supposed to assume that Santa has been the Santa from the beginning, and that was just the first time he's died and had to go through this.
So cycle? It's kind of like a break in case of an emergency kind of deal.
Exactly. Maybe we're supposed to assume that this is the first time it happened. And you would think, I think.
Well, the elves didn't give a shit.
The idea that you can surmise from the premises is that Santa is immortal and he doesn't age because Tim Allen gets a white beard and white hair and stuff.
Yeah.
So you assume that he stays that way forever until he dies.
But how does he die? He can't be immortal because he fell off a roof and died.
Maybe he's just ageless, though. Maybe he just doesn't age. That's the only
thing.
So
as long as he doesn't trip and fall and bust his head open,
or get shot, or anything, get stabbed, whatever. As long as he doesn't get killed,
then
he won't die. Right.
So he can't die of natural causes. Unnatural causes, gunshot wound.
Well, that's a good question because maybe he can get a disease and die. We don't know that.
Yeah. What if he got a venereal disease?
Could. It's not the first deadly disease I'd think of, but sure.
I just immediately thought about Santa Claus fucking.
Okay.
Or he has to have diabetes.
You would think. Yeah.
But then again,
From all the milk and cookies.
but maybe not, because Tim Allen just blows up because that's what Santa's supposed to look like.
Yeah, and he can't lose that weight. He has a belly. Like,
right.
that's just his...
And he can't lose the beard. He shaves the beard off.
it comes
multiple
right
times,
back.
just
Yeah.
like your beard.
Yeah.
That's... I don't like it. And then they made a bunch of them.
We don't
just
talk
kept
about
making
those.
fucking-
Yeah. It was the same thing like Home Alone. They kept making Home Alones.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares after 2.
Have you ever seen 3?
Of course not.
I watched it on accident. It was on, and I thought I was watching the first one because I just saw Home Alone. So I was like, oh, cool, Home Alone.
Yeah.
I left it on for a little while, and I was like, who the fuck is that kid? and then I put the guide back on, and it was Home Alone 3, and I was like, fuck it, I got nothing better to do. Yeah, so I sat through it.
How was it?
Awful.
Yeah,
Awful.
bad.
Awful movie. Awful movie. It's like a soft reboot.
So, yeah, that's what I was going to ask. It's not supposed to be Kevin McAllister.
No.
Right? It's a different kid,
it's-
which I appreciate. I at least appreciate that they didn't try to be like, oh, he's Home Alone again and just happens to look completely different.
Yeah, that was a good call. I mean,
Yeah.
they should have had. You know what? I'm not gonna speak out of turn because I don't know if they have anybody from the cast returning in that movie. I don't remember.
I doubt it.
I just
It's a
remember
different kid.
hating it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll never give it a chance. So.
Yeah. You don't have to.
Yeah. I'm really glad that we chose today to talk about Christmas movies, though. I think that makes perfect sense for our podcast.
Yeah. No, it does. It makes perfect sense for this podcast.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fred Claus.
Fred Claus.
That's the shit.
Fred Claus. What's that? What's that
That's
movie?
the movie with Paul Giamatti and Vince Vaughn.
Right.
That fucking movie's the shit.
I actually haven't seen that one. Yeah.
That's a fucking Santa Claus movie.
Bad Santa? Bad Santa?
Bad Santa's dope.
We're a fan of Bad Santa?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. I still have to actually watch A Christmas Story. I put it off. I didn't put it off on purpose on Christmas Day. I just couldn't. It was on all day, but there was people in my house all day, and I couldn't like steal away for an hour and a half just to watch a movie.
Yeah.
And I couldn't put it on the TV because everybody was in the living room.
Yeah.
So I had to just say fuck it.
Yeah,
I
likely
think-
excuse. It's fine.
No, it's better now that I watch it outside of the season because now I'm just gonna watch it objectively
As a film.
movie. Yes.
Right. Okay.
So no glitter, no glamour, no lights, no tree, nobody walking in with hot cocoa.
You don't think that's a little unfair, though?
No, I think that makes it. I mean, everybody tells me that it's the perfect Christmas movie. That
Right,
I'm the idiot.
Right, but it's a perfect Christmas movie. It's not a perfect movie.
Yeah, but are you okay? All right. What Christmas movie do you feel like you can't watch during or not during Christmas?
Whew. It's a tough one.
I mean, there's plenty of movies. Like, okay,
I mean, I wouldn't be like in the mood to watch like The Grinch, you know?
that's a good point.
Like,
'cause-
I
'cause
just-
I wasn't either.
I wouldn't be in the mood for it. I could sit down and watch it, but it would just feel off if I were to watch it like in June,
That's
you
a
know?
good point. That's a good point.
Um,
You wouldn't be in the mood for it, but it wouldn't take away from the quality of the film.
sure. I mean, yeah, you could say that about like It's a Wonderful Life. Like, it's a good movie outside of Christmas.
Yeah, that's another one though that you really wouldn't. Okay, never mind. You're right. It needs to be watched during the season, but objectively for this show, because I've shared my opinion so much, I need to go back and watch it.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's gonna be weeks from now,
Yeah.
or weeks from when I should have watched it.
What if we do? What if we do a one reel in on it
Oh, that's such a good idea.
and just rate it based on its merits as a film
yes,
and see how it shapes out?
That's perfect.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Okay. Let's do it.
All right, that's what we'll do.
I think it's on Netflix still. So
It's been on Netflix this whole time.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I may.
If it's not on if it
I may
if
be
it was on
lying.
Netflix, I'm gonna be pissed at myself for being an idiot and thinking like, oh, I'm gonna have to like download or like buy it or fucking find it.
Oh, it's on HBO Max,
Oh, I
Yeah.
have HBO Max too. So okay, perfect.
and it's still showing at Altamont Springs at 440 and 650. So
Oh, let's just go there then. It'll just be you and I.
perfect. Yeah, it probably will be. Yeah.
Okay. That's a brilliant idea, dude.
Let's do it.
And we'll do that. let's get back to the weight loss.
Okay.
Because as you said, we've been talking about doing a weight loss challenge for a while. Well, we've been talking about losing weight loss as an idea, and a weight loss challenge kind of, we've been whispering at it at each other for a while.
Yeah.
But we've never actually done it for various reasons, laziness mostly.
Yeah, for sure. Inconsistency.
Yeah. But 2021, start of the year, this is the perfect time to, like you said, stereotypically, this is what people do. They say gyms, they see their highest attendance,
Of course.
during January, February, and then around March, April, it starts to die down.
Yep.
Which makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
People get that. They get the bug. They say, I'm going to, new year, new me.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my thing. And then, the people who are really about that life, they stick around. Whatever. No judgment to those people who don't stick around.
No, we are those people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is, but this is a different year. So we have to iron out the details because this is a challenge.
Yeah.
This isn't just, let's get healthy.
Right.
I work better always when there's an objective. There's
Yes.
a goal.
Yeah.
There's
me
a
too.
reason to do something.
Me too. It's a reminder. It's a nice little gut check. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you're thinking about fucking up.
When I did, excuse me, I did a challenge with a couple of guys that I used to work with, right? It looms over every decision that you make.
Yeah.
Every time that you don't work out, you go, that they're going to pull ahead. Every time that you sneak and take a little, something else,
Yep.
first thought is, that set me back. You always visualize the race.
Yep.
And who's the leaderboard?
Yep.
Your name is always different spots. So challenges are the best.
They are. They're very highly motivating. I'm not a very competitive person, I'd say, in spirit, but it does help. It's way easier to stay motivated when somebody else is involved as opposed to just being a challenge against yourself. It takes so much will, self-control and will power to do something all on your own.
Yep.
And I commend people who do that and just go, I'm going to change my life and I'm just going to do that. I'm making that decision today and we're going to do that.
Yeah.
Just out of the blue.
Yeah.
But it definitely helps, I think, if we do something like this where we can hold each other accountable. There are stakes involved and maybe there's a prize at the end for the winner.
Not maybe, there has to be.
And there has to be a prize at the end for the winner.
Okay. Now let's decide on the prize.
What if the prize is actual stakes? That's what's at stake.
How many brilliant ideas are you going to have on one show? You got to space it out,
This
dude.
fog of hostility, I'm telling you. It's getting me going.
That's the best idea. But they got to be like
Primo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you don't go to Publix and grab
No.
You got to
Yeah. We go to an actual like butcher.
Yep.
A nice place, get a nice cut of steak, maybe even like a T-bone steak. It needs to be like outrageous, right? Something out of the ordinary. And do like a nice reverse sear on it if we can get that going.
Okay, so the loser has to do all of that. The loser has to buy the steaks and cook the steaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's such a good idea.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Now, what's the time frame and how do we calculate? Is it total weight loss? Because, I mean, that's the thing. I don't know. Okay. Here's a good question. How hard do you feel like you can go with your back and everything? Wow. The timing on that. Oh my god.
My body said, "Don't do it. Please don't do it. Don't do it."
You know what you're asking of us?
No, my spit literally revolted against me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone whose eardrums are blown out right now.
That was hilarious.
Anyway, so how hard can I go? Well, okay, so I went to the doctor recently.
Mm-hmm.
Finally got my rheumatology appointment. Went in, and so I'm going to be taking a new anti-inflammatory, which should be helping me to, be able to handle workouts better.
Okay.
And then also I'll be taking another medication that should hopefully slow down the process or the progression, I should say, of my ankylosing spondylitis.
Okay.
So all those things combined should get me in a better place than I've been.
Okay.
That being said, I can't go as hard as I'd want to.
Mm-hmm.
So I still have to be careful. I can't overdo it.
Yeah.
I overdo it, I'll feel good for that day, but then after that, for the rest of the week, I'll be fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to be very careful about how hard I go. So, I'm thinking I'll start off as slow as I possibly can. Couple laps around the block. Start with that, see how I feel, and keep adding to that. Add in some weights, add in, just add to it in a week by week progression.
Yeah.
Yeah,
see, that's what I'm thinking. How can we do this in relative terms?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't know. I have more weight to lose than you. So I feel like there's an advantage to that and a disadvantage to that.
Yeah.
Because I will lose the weight faster probably.
Mm-hmm.
But
Fuck
then,
you.
Sorry.
No, you won't.
But I have a
Son of a
higher
bitch.
peak to climb. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, we could go from just total weight lost by the end of our span.
Mm-hmm.
I think that makes probably the easiest tabulations and most sense overall, because we don't really have a way to do our body fat index.
That's what I was thinking makes the most
or body
sense.
mass index.
But yeah, the BMI number
Mm-hmm.
makes the most sense because it's what you do.
Right. Maybe we can find a clinic that we can go into that will give us that number.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure maybe the cost can't be that much to get that.
Yeah.
It's just a couple little tests and they figure it out. But
I remember when I signed up for, I think it was LA Fitness, and when you sign up for LA Fitness, they give you 1 day or 1 week of a personal trainer for free, just so you can try it out. And he did all the measurements and whatnot, height, weight. Then he took the BMI, and he took the old school thing, because they don't do this anymore. I found this out. They don't do the thing where they grab your fat like an old aunt who's trying to embarrass you. They don't do that anymore. But this was probably the last time they ever did it to someone. He did it to me, and it was just the number was so high.
I'm mostly large.
It's it is. It's it doesn't make sense how you could be that much. And then, you find out the science is well, it's not that crazy, but also at the same time, it's still you look at some of these people who are in incredible shape and they're yeah, I have a BMI of 10% or 15%. And you're just that doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
Mine is in the high 30s, 40s.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's humiliating.
Oh, absolutely.
For a guy to be all right, here's a pincher, and I'm going to grab as much fat as I can, and then we're going to measure that amount of fat, and then we're going to calculate that, and then we're going to decide how much of you makes up fat.
Yeah.
And then they don't grab you can't get it from your finger. You can't take it a finger prick or something.
It's your gut fold,
They
isn't
pick
it?
the most embarrassing spots they can find.
Let's get your titty right here.
It's just right here, and then they take the side,
Yeah.
and then they take the stomach, and it's you couldn't find.
Then they tickle your roll a little bit.
They go, "Oh, little face,"
Oh, a little sweaty down
and then
here.
they trip you, and then they roll you into the locker room. Whoa, 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 whoa!
And a giant man punches you once.
Just to let you know what you're about to get into. So we could do that, or we could do total weight lost.
Yeah.
Period.
Okay.
So I think the only problem with doing it by BMI, I actually have a scale that does like a rough BMI. You put in all of your numbers.
I've found just online real quick a BMI calculator online, which literally just takes your height and your weight and computes it to roughly what you should be. I know it's not super accurate though. So
yeah, I wonder if we just do who can get to the ideal BMI by the end of this challenge. Who is closest to the pin, basically.
okay.
I think that would be better than total weight loss. Or how about we do them both? How about we do total weight loss? Okay, all right. We need 3 different categories, right?
Okay.
Total weight loss, closest to the pin, and then something else. And then whoever wins best 2 out of 3 wins the whole challenge.
Okay.
So you get multiple opportunities, and it's more fair.
Yeah. We expand the bracket a little bit.
Yeah. So BMI,
What else could it
total
be?
weight loss, and then something else.
What else could we possibly use as a measurement stick? Yeah, I don't know.
How many pant sizes you go down?
I was thinking that actually. I was thinking how many pant like how many inches you lose on your waist. You know?
Yeah.
We could do pant sizes though. Just as like a not the pant size themselves, but literally like, oh, I went down 2 sizes or I went down 1 size.
Yeah.
You know? If we do this in a long enough span, I see that being a reasonable measurement.
Yeah.
Because, if we do it for like a half a year, we're not going to lose that many pant sizes. Unless
Yeah.
we're like, hitting it hard. But if we do it throughout the year, I think that'd be a reasonable.
Do we do the whole year?
I don't know.
I was thinking like 3 months.
What if we split the difference and do 6 months?
6 months.
Yeah.
All right.
What if we do that?
Yeah, all right.
Because we're already a month down. We've lost this month.
Yeah.
Well,
we haven't lost it. It's the 6th.
it's gone. The way things are going in 2021.
gone.
Listen, the way things are going in 2021, I'm gonna have a few beers. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Okay. It's gone.
It's over. Lost cause. Sorry.
Okay.
We'll try again in February. But yeah, no. Let's say so February, March, April, May, June, July, August. End of August. 6 months. Let's do that.
How many Okay. February to August. 1, 2, 9. Okay. So that would be... That's 31 weeks. Excuse me. And... Calculator? What's this episode?
295. Yep.
Plus, what did I say? 31 weeks?
I don't remember things.
Let's just say episode 325.
Okay.
Right? Episode 325 would be the weight loss check-in.
Reveal.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got to write this shit down.
I know. As he proceeds to not write it down.
I'm writing it down.
Okay.
Weight loss challenge. Challenge.
Yes. So let's do that. So again, to review, our three rating scales are total weight lost, BMI, and pant size. Now we have to remember it means how many sizes we go down.
Of course.
Okay.
Okay. Right. And then when we total weight loss, BMI, pant size, and the stakes are stakes. I did just write that down.
Perfect.
All right. That's that, my friend. That is
All right.
that, my friend.
Gotta wash this now.
I didn't cough into that. I coughed over there. So don't walk through there.
Coughed into here, too. Just saying.
Shut up.
Pass the Dutchie. Thank you. Sanitizing on an audio podcast.
Yeah. Just so they know. That must sound amazing.
Sorry, I literally coughed into my microphone, so.
Yeah, that's your mic. Well, I mean, it is your mic.
Oh, no, I'm saying for the people.
Oh, yeah.
As far as the
Oh, yeah.
listening
what they
experience.
heard, yeah, yeah.
It was literally me choking on my
Sorry,
own
guys. This
spit.
was probably really mucusy, just disgusting,
Smelly,
stinky episode.
Yeah,
Sorry, guys.
that's how we do sometimes.
Okay, so, I mean, I feel pretty good. I
Yeah.
feel pretty good about
Yep.
this. Now, I want you to know that you are barred from coming to my house. No. I mean, if you want to come over, because we have
You got the weight set now,
we
right?
we have Lottie's barbell, which is a chick's barbell.
Uh-huh.
I didn't say that.
Owned by a dumbbell, if you know what I mean.
Fuck you. No, they call it a woman's barbell. I just call it a smaller barbell.
What's the difference? Is
The
it
difference
shorter?
is literally 10 pounds.
Oh, okay.
For a woman's barbell, it's 35 pounds. For a man's barbell, it's 45 pounds. Yeah, I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
All right.
It would be one thing if it was like a 50-pound
Sure,
difference or
yeah.
something. Something that makes you go, oh, okay, I get that.
Yeah.
No, it's a 10-pound difference.
That's so stupid.
So, yeah, and then I got a bunch of 45s, 25s, and 10s. So you could definitely hit your PR with that amount of weight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then exceed that. And we're working on, we're gonna get a bunch of other weights. We're gonna get I got a thing to hold up my heavy bag, so I'm gonna install that. So I'll have my heavy bag ready. We've got a kettlebell, jump ropes,
Nice.
other free weights. So
Okay.
it's slowly getting there.
Yeah.
Slowly getting there.
Nice.
I mean, in fucking 6 months' time, we'll have the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and you can find. I mean, you can just find. I don't know why. Well, I know why, but I also kind of don't know why anybody would go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because if you think about how long you spend your life paying for a membership
Yeah.
versus investing that money into a home gym. Now,
The only thing I can
Go
think of is the size that all that stuff takes up.
yes, it
You
would.
know.
You are sacrificing your garage.
Yeah, I
That's
can't do
the
that
first
in an
thing.
apartment.
Yes.
So
yes. So yes, anybody in an apartment, obviously, I'm not. It's not to you, but if you have a house, I mean, I just don't know why. I mean, for me personally, I don't like gyms.
yeah.
I don't like going to the gym. It's not because I just don't like gym culture. I feel this weird pressure, even though I know no one gives a shit what I'm doing. I put
Yeah.
this weird pressure on myself to be like, you should lift a certain amount of weight.
They're watching, Marco. They're watching.
Honestly, it's one of the only times where I feel this like anxiety to like perform, I guess.
Wait, you have anxiety? You found the thing that you have anxiety over?
It's definitely it's probably more things that I'm just not willing to admit to
Wow.
myself. But the one thing that I am willing to admit to myself is like when I go to the gym, I just feel this weird sense of like you need to do something
Yeah.
or like go away. Why are you here?
Mhm.
Everyone else has a purpose.
You're taking too much time.
Yeah, you're taking too much time. You're taking up space. You're on the machine that like fucking Bob wants to use, and you're taking up. You're like ruining his like. Yeah, it's just. So I'm like, I don't want to be here. And then if you don't know the machines, it kind of feels like you're just bouncing around from one to the next, thinking like,
Yeah,
oh, work out my back now.
If you don't have a plan going into it,
and I
it's
never have a plan.
overwhelming.
I
Yeah.
never have a plan.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing is, if I was smart enough or organized enough, I would have like a workout plan going in. I fantasize about being somebody who comes in with a gym bag. And, like, I walk in with, like, you know, a nice outfit on. I go into the locker room. I change into my gym clothes. I come out with, like, my notebook and a jug of water. And I'm scratching off my workouts. And I'm keeping track of. I fantasize about being that person. But I could never be that person, dude. Never. So I just go in there aimlessly. And I find what I want to work out that day, and I do that thing. And I don't know how many reps, and I don't know how much weight, and I'm lost. I'm clueless.
Well, and then in that aspect, too, you don't track your progress. Because you can't be like, oh, I'm pressing more than I ever have before.
Yes.
So that's important for you to stay motivated, because otherwise it's in the ether. You just work out until you're tired, and then you go home feeling like you've done nothing but tire yourself out.
Yeah.
And I 100% agree with you, though, like, as far as having a home gym, I think it's one of the best investments you can give yourself, especially nowadays with COVID. But I think the main thing, the most powerful thing of having a home gym to me, because I used to have one at my parents' place back when I used to live with them, is that it removes the excuses.
Yes.
All of them.
Yes.
Because literally all you have to do is, okay, I'm going to just put on some gym shorts and go outside. That's it. As opposed to, well, you know, I'm really hungry and I still have to figure out what I'm doing for dinner after work, and I'm really tired. So,
and I got to go to
the
gym.
I'll figure it out after dinner. Do that. I'm really tired. I had a long day. I'll just stay and, you know, watch TV instead tonight. Instead of that, all you have to do, literally, you get off the clock, you get home, you're going home anyway. Get on your gym shorts, do your thing, get it over with, have dinner or take a shower, and you're good to go. Literally, like, it's that simple. And back in the day when I lost a ton of weight, because I did lose a ton of weight before, it was literally just based on consistency. Because every day of the week, I took my parents' stationary bike, and I put it into my room. And I would watch an hour of TV and go on the stationary bike. That was it. I would do that. I would occasionally, for fun, really, hit the punching bag because it's fun.
It's just really fun.
And listen to music and hit the punching bag. And I'd take a shower. I'd feel really good about myself, feel refreshed, have dinner, watch TV, and relax. And that became just what I did.
That was part of the routine.
Right.
I mean, there were nights when we first started this show where you know, we would be ready to go and you'd be like, well, I got to work out. And just be like, okay, fine. Your health does come first,
I guess.
But seriously, get it over with. Let's go. But you were consistent. You were like very, very much this needs to happen first before I can do anything else.
And it wasn't because of strength of character. It wasn't because I was so committed to health. It wasn't any of that, really. It was just because it became part of my day. It became something like brushing my teeth. And I know that's a cliche to say when you're talking about making working out part of your routine, but it's true. It's just something you don't think about anymore. You just do it.
Sometimes the cliches are cliches because they're right. I mean, when something becomes part of your routine, when you wake up in the morning, you don't even think about brushing your teeth. You just do it. It is something that is so ingrained in your day that you just do it. You roll out of bed and you brush your teeth. You don't even think about it.
Go to the bathroom, wash your hands, brush your teeth.
So why wouldn't exercise be a part of either your morning or getting home? I mean, I know people who are like, look, I can't function unless I get at least an hour in. And you get annoyed by those people because you're like, fuck you, let's just do this. But then those are the people who are like healthy.
Of course. My gigantic burly brother, who's always been into fitness for his entire.
I just want to flash a image of him across.
You should
the
go
screen.
ahead, do it. I'll send you one.
Okay.
For his entire adult life, he's been super into fitness, super into working out, and he would always tell me, like, not trying to be mean about it. I mean, maybe a little bit, but he would always tell me, like, I just don't get how. anyone, not just you, but anyone, could possibly go through their day without working out a little bit.
But yourself especially.
But you,
anyone.
you fatty.
As he pokes you in the
Hey,
stomach.
piggy.
How do you?
What's your BMI? He can just tell by squeezing. He knows. He calculates it. Well, 50%. Yeah, but he told me, I don't know how you can feel okay not working out at least once a day.
Yeah.
Because if I miss a day, I feel disgusting.
Yeah.
And that may not be the healthiest mentality to have because it's a little mean to yourself.
Yeah.
But it gets him to the gym every day. And it gets him to stick to what he has as a plan for his fitness goals.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's because, it changes over time. If he's trying to bulk up or if he's trying to, get cut up. Whatever it is, it changes, but he knows exactly what he has to do in order to feel good.
Yeah.
And he does it.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't, he'll feel bad.
Yeah.
And that's enough incentive. And I'm in a place right now where if I don't have Chex Mix, I feel bad. So I need to change that in order. I need to change my entire, frame of mind and just feel existence, really. My all my pleasure centers, into being more of, getting that dopamine from going for a jog as opposed to
Jogging into the kitchen,
grabbing some Chex Mix and
yeah,
going to Pound
shovel
Town.
them into your face. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. And here's the thing about this idea of, feeling feeling disgusting or feeling bad about yourself. I think all of this is in relative terms, right? I don't think anybody should talk about anybody else's body or how a person looks when it comes to shit like that. If you feel like you need to be healthier, then you should do that.
Yeah.
But don't base those things on
Anyone else.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to look good, you want to look good. Here's the opposite to that. The idea that if you want to look sexy by society's standards, you want to look sexy.
Yeah.
Do that. There's this now kind of like a reverse, not shaming, but like a reverse idea that society has put on us these shackles of looking a certain way and feeling a certain way and being a certain
beauty
way.
standards.
Right.
Yeah.
And in its most extreme, yes, you're never going to look like, if you're naturally a bigger person, you're never going to be, some super skinny model. Like, I'm never going to look like Jared Leto. Like, it's just not going to happen. I could eat Jared Leto.
Build-wise.
Yes.
You're,
in the face, definitely. Look at this mug.
Yeah.
But yes, body-wise, build-wise, it's kind of virtually impossible for me to get down to that weight because it's just, at my healthiest, I was a thicker person.
Well, it would be unhealthy for you to attempt that.
Yeah.
You would be sickly at the point that you got to Jared Leto style size.
Yeah, I was just never, only when I was a child was I skinny. And then in high school, I started working out, and I never got back down to being skinny. No one ever accused me of being skinny after that.
It's just not your frame. That's the thing. It's it's just not your frame. So you could, but it wouldn't work for you.
And I don't look at Jared Leto as like a fucking barometer of what I could look like anyway.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that small. I've been thinking about this every time I think about weight loss, and I think like I want to be smaller, I want to be healthier, I want to be skinnier. I always think like if I get too skinny, somebody could just fucking ragdoll me. I want to still be at a weight where it's difficult for somebody to fucking fuck with me.
Yeah, I never want to get small enough that I can be thrown.
Yes, exactly.
If I can be thrown,
dude, if you could pick me up over your head, I'm
no,
too small.
Too much.
I'm too small.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah. So, if you have a standard in your head that you want to reach, then go for that. It's a good goal. Obviously not something that's unhealthy, but there's these societal standards that there's now this push against that, where it's like, you don't want to look like that, and that's society standards, and that's just Victoria's Secret and GQ telling you. It's like, sure, yes, of course, that is definitely I don't think that those things are unobtainable, is what I'm trying to say. If you want to do that,
sure,
and you have the drive and the passion to do that, do that. There's no reason why you should feel like you're trying too hard or anything like that. Just do it in a healthy way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And if you don't want to do that, that's also fine. That's your life.
I think a lot of the pushback on that came from, even from the 90s, I remember, with like high fashion models and like supermodels and stuff.
Yeah.
Where a lot of these women, like, literally, they look like skeletons, and like they look like they were literally just human hangers for the clothes to drape off of.
Oh, by the way, I'm not talking about women.
Okay.
I would never even dare speak on societal standards when it comes to women.
That's what I'm saying, though, is that like it's
crazy.
There's this unfair. There's always been this unfair vision of the perfect woman, and she has to always be in this state of perfection, and again, like, literally unobtainable, inhuman, really, levels of beauty and perfection, where, the entire makeup industry is based on that, really, is that the seeking to always look perfect and have no blemishes, and even the most beautiful women have this, some of them have this perception that keeps them from feeling as beautiful as they are. Yeah. Just because there's a chip on the shoulder based just on our beauty standards as far as humanity really goes. It's not even an American problem. It's a global problem as far as what we put out there as the standard of beauty in magazines and on the internet. And, so I feel for people as far as that goes. Mm-hmm. For men, sure. I think that it's really hard to get six-pack abs. Super hard. Yeah. And I just don't think that's on really the same plane as, like, women trying to be, like, deathly skinny.
It's not even fucking close. These people, these dudes who, like, it's hard for us too. Dude, there's been a whole movement of women who are like, I'm into dad bods. It's like, I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is jog lightly so that my gut doesn't hang over my belt, and a chick is going to be into that.
Right.
Like, stop.
We're playing on easy mode.
Exactly. You're not even close to what we put on women as far as beauty standards.
Women are playing Dark Souls.
Yeah, fuck you.
On a Guitar Hero controller.
Exactly. I don't want to hear that bullshit about it. Oh, it's a double standard. No. Yes, women find Jason Momoa attractive. Of course they do. He's a Greek god. We as men find fucking the Kardashians attractive, not us, but women. You might. I don't know. Do you? We've never really talked about it. Do you?
Kim looked better natural. That's all I'm gonna say. I think she looked better back in the day. I think they did too much work. That's just my opinion. Feel free to do whatever you want to do to yourself. I'm just saying, my perspective. I think specifically Kim looked way better natural.
How dare you? Anyway, no, Courtney was always the hottest one.
Oh yeah. The dark horse, though. Like, nobody talked about her as being the hottest one, but
because she was like the relatively normal one.
Yeah,
who, like, had a family and kind of like didn't buy into even though she definitely bought into.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they all did. They all did.
Yeah.
This has been Kardashian talk.
But yeah, I mean, I don't want to hear that bullshit that there's some kind of double standard and like men are held to a high standard too, and yada yada yada. Of course, women find Jason Momoa attractive.
Sure.
And they also find, the average Joe. Dude, have you seen some of these dudes out here? You're like, how?
Have you seen who women be dating?
Exactly. Bro, no, it's an epidemic.
Yeah.
Of beautiful women. Beautiful women wasting their time and their bodies,
Women's their lives really.
their lives
Are-
with
yeah.
these fucking scumbags.
Women's standards as a whole tend to be a lot lower.
God bless them.
Seriously.
It's fucking
Honestly.
ridiculous.
Honestly, we don't deserve it.
No,
We don't deserve
absolutely not.
it. No. We're enabled by it.
Yeah. Oh
we're,
yeah.
we're allowed to let ourselves go as long as we're charming.
Oh, dude, 1,000%. It's
gross.
This is gonna sound arrogant, but part of the reason why I haven't lost as much weight is because like this has been enough.
You haven't had to.
I haven't.
You haven't had to.
It's been enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, if and obviously it would be super mean if somebody was like, you're kind of fat, but but at the same time, if they were, that would definitely change things.
Yeah. If there was this societal pressure for you to
Yes.
feel completely inadequate if you didn't lose weight, you'd probably have more of a fire under your ass
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're blessed as men
Yeah.
in order to do that. I think there's a different thing, different dynamic, and I can't speak to it, but I think there's a different dynamic that's interesting to look at with gay men, because I feel like they have a lot of their beauty standards are heightened as
I think
far
they're
as like,
definitely higher.
yeah, as far as like being in shape and like of course there's different types,
Every gay person that I've ever met and any gay friend, all of the gay friends that I have are the sexiest fucking dudes I've ever seen. They are,
'Cause
they
they
dress
care.
better
They care.
than I've ever seen.
Yeah,
they're
they
shredded.
try.
They're just they care. And I like, yeah.
Yep.
And I don't know if that is because of something culturally or if they just have higher self-esteem.
I mean, that's
or,
a really
I don't know.
that's a really interesting thing I'd like to ask somebody about, because like I don't like, it's just something I've observed is that appearance does mean a lot more. So it seems, and I would just I'm really curious as far as like why that's different than hetero men. A lot of hetero men, at least.
Well, it's definitely what we just hit on is the fact that like women don't
have
hold us
to.
to that standard.
Right.
We don't have
So
to. We literally
maybe-
don't have to.
Yeah, so maybe other gay men do hold each other at that standard. It's like you
Maybe-
should have your shit together.
Maybe inadvertently because they hold themselves to a higher standard and they look at other men and go, "You need to be held to the same
Yes,
standard."
I think that could be it. Unless you're part of like a specific look,
Yeah.
like bears and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
What do you know about that?
I don't know.
Big
I've
ol'
seen some stuff.
Big old bear.
Seen some stuff. I've been called some stuff. But yeah, no, I just find that really fascinating.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe we can use some higher standards for ourselves.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
As hetero men.
All right. Well,
Let's be inspired.
be inspired by Action Bronson.
Mm-hmm.
Be inspired by all of the gay men that we
Gay
know.
dudes, yeah. Uh-huh.
Be inspired by
Richie, my brother.
Your 1,000% by your brother. Be inspired by the fact that women deserve better, and
we deserve better.
and we deserve better
For ourselves.
And you just want to feel better.
You do.
You know?
And that's the main thing, especially with my disease, is that it's progressive, and the only power I have in controlling it really is to do my best to stay active, lose the weight,
Yeah.
and get as flexible as I can.
Right.
And I have control over those things. Those are the things I can do. I cannot get a new body. I can't get this disease out of my body. This is the one I got. But what I can do is do those things to improve the situation as much as I can, and
You can batten down the hatches on your body.
Right.
You can make it as defensible as
do
possible.
as much as I possibly can while I can, because it's only going to get harder.
All right.
So
Well, I feel inspired. How do you feel?
I feel inspired.
I feel like, barring anything weird happening throughout the year, who knows?
Yeah, we'll we're human.
Yeah,
We'll keep tabs on it.
that this could be very, very good for us.
Yeah, maybe
And for
we'll
the
have
listeners.
a midway check in.
Oh
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
checkpoint.
I think we should have one like every month or so. We
Okay.
just kind of
Yeah,
check
yeah.
in, see how things are going. So
Okay.
I think, but I think we got a loose outline, which is what I wanted to accomplish.
Yeah.
So
We'll speak offline on it. Get all the details in.
mm-hmm.
Okay, I feel good about it.
All right. Well, did you feel good about these beers? That's the question. This tonight. These are 9%. Tactical Brewing Company's Fog of Hostility, an Imperial New England IPA, double dry hopped, with everything that Adam said before. NZH. I don't even know what NZH 107 is. That
sounds corrosive.
Yeah. Just what we need to start off a weight loss challenge.
Let's do it.
Something that would, rip the paint off the car.
Take the spackle off. Let's do that.
Tell me how'd you feel about it.
I really like this beer. I really like it a lot. It was very hoppy, which is a plus for me. Didn't really get kicked in the teeth with the alcohol content.
Mm.
It's pretty smooth considering. The main thing that took it over the top for me was that it didn't have that burn in the back of my throat that a lot of high hoppy beers do have.
Yeah.
So I was really like, I took a sip and I went, this is hoppy. It's going to hurt on the way down. And it didn't.
Yeah.
It just was smooth completely down. Again, we always talk about balance. I feel like the hoppiness is very high, but that being considered, it is a smooth hoppiness that I love. And for all of those reasons, I'm giving this bad boy a 5.
5.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Yeah. I'm going to one-up you. And I'm going to give it a 5.5.
Wow.
Because I think mainly because it's so smooth. How can it be 9%? How can
And
it be
super
a New
hoppy.
England IPA?
And super hoppy.
Super hoppy, and yet, like you said, just fall down the throat.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Yeah.
It was Tactical for the limited amount of beers that we've had from them so far. I think there was one that wasn't great, but we did a bunch of them.
Yeah. We've done a few. Handful.
Well, there was that one. Two. I think it was 2 episodes where we did a couple of them. I got a bunch of them, and there was one that wasn't so great, but then the rest of them were amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't fucking track all of it. I don't have an Excel spreadsheet in my head.
The hops kill your brain cells, you see.
But what I can say about this Fog of Hostility is this balance between a high ABV, a high flavor profile, and its smoothness warrants the first 5.5 from me for the year.
Wow.
So there you go.
You know what? Fuck it. 5.5 for me too. I need unanimous here for the year.
I think it's a good start.
I think
they
so
deserve
too.
it.
I think so too.
So there
Here
you
it
go.
is.
5.5 for the Fog of Hostility from Tactical Brewing Company. Oh, I spilled some on me.
Oh no.
Guys, if you listen to this before next week, the week of the 12th,
Who knows? Who can say?
who can say? Just make sure if you're local, it is Orlando Beer Week next week. So definitely check out your local breweries, any place that you usually get your craft beer from. You know that they're going to have some kind of dope drop. Like we said before, Red Light, Sideward Brewing Company, Tactical Brewing Company, and of course, Hourglass.
Mm-hmm.
Our friends at Hourglass.
Yes.
So
It's officially going from the 9th to the 16th.
there you go. From the 9th to the 16th, definitely support your local breweries as much as you can.
More info at orlbeerweek.com.
I mean, we've just got so many good breweries out here. There's
It's
no way
incredible.
you're not going to find something good
Yeah.
throughout the week.
Yep.
So take the time. Have a good experience with these breweries. Any place that you hold dear, check them out.
Yeah.
Show them that support. So, yeah. I'm kind of losing it, friends.
Let's get out of here.
I'm losing the. I'm on wobbly
We've
wheels.
got some Forged in Fire to watch.
Goddamn right. So
Yeah.
let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
This has been the One Baron Podcast. For myself, Marco Dupa. For Adam Obesius Rodriguez.
We love you.
Thank you guys for listening. Drink delicious beer. Like, share, and subscribe. And always, always, always have a beautiful evening. Motherfuckers.